Hello everyone. It is Kenyon here. It is Basketball Zone and it is a Raptors edition of the Basketball Zone. So, you are joining this video after the Raptors have lost 118 to 104. The Raptors were ahead at the end of the game and then they were clearly not. So the Raptors lost this game, sadly. I'm trying to stay upbeat, trying to be happy, but that fourth quarter was awful because they got beat in the fourth quarter, 36 to 14. They played a pretty solid game in the first half. The offense, again, in my opinion, looked pretty rocky, as we keep seeing since Pascal Siakam is out. Yes, the half-court offense is going to struggle. I have some numbers on that before we get into the tail of the tape for the game. Okay, this is per Blake Murphy. The Raptors, in 80 minutes without Fred VanVleet / Pascal Siakam filtering out for garbage time, have scored 102.5 per 100% possessions. That is that puts them in line for being a minus 18 in those possessions. So again, without their two best guys, yes, Barnes is he has a great mind for the game and he will get there, but those guys have more experience right now, particularly Pascal Siakam. He grew over the past 2 seasons, his playmaking skills. So yes, the offense is going to look a little janky. This time, this game was Barnes' first game as the guy without anyone else there. And the offense at times looked good, and at times it looked a little, and I will keep using this term, fairly janky. The Pacers beat us in the fast break. They beat us in the fast break 12 to 18, them having the 18 points. We actually scored a lot of bench points, but that's because our bench was actually starting as well. So it was 45 to 43 bench points. I usually don't focus on bench points, but that was very interesting. I think here is a problem for a couple of reasons why we lost the game. First of all, if Chris Boucher is your best player on the court, that is a problem. Chris Boucher is a great player, but if he is your best player or most consistent player on the court in terms of offensive production, it's a pretty major problem. Today, Chris Boucher did not shoot well. I'm not putting the game on him. I'm just pointing this out. But he did not shoot well, but he was still able to produce and create 19 points off the bench. And he was still that energy big. But again, he's more of an energy chaos engine big. He should not really be relied upon for the amount that he is being relied on. Problem is again, when you have so many injuries, you're going to be in a situation that you are. The Raptors started a lineup of Barnes, Trent, OG, Otto, and Thad, which is very interesting. Christian Koloko didn't really play a lot of minutes today. This wasn't really the matchup for him. I thought that was a good choice by Nick. And overall, that unit did okay at times. Otto was pretty good. He's getting his sea legs back under him. Thad is clearly kicked into gear. I thought Thad, as a tertiary playmaker, was really, really smart this game and did a lot and really helped turn the tide. And funny enough, he had a couple spinning hook shots that the Pacers really just could not handle. He was aggressive. He attacked the hoop. I liked what I saw from him. He did struggle with his shot, 0 of 2, but that's okay. The Raptors shot abysmally from 3, 20%. That's embarrassing. Gary Trent will probably be catching a lot of heat from a lot of people tomorrow. And even now on Twitter. I'm not even going to look at that right now, but he shot 1 of 13. Now, some people will say, oh, Gary is, that's the role that he's supposed to play. And keep in mind, when Gary doesn't shoot well, he's not filling up the box score in a lot of other ways. He's not rebounding. He's not passing. Yes, he did get some steals, but he also gambled a lot and stuff like that. So he's not providing a lot in other areas. So if you're not going to be able to shoot consistently and you're going to be shooting a lot of shots, it does not bode well for the offense, especially if you are basically at times going to be, he only played 20 minutes, but at times if you're going to essentially be the number one guy on offense in terms of what the offense is looking for to generate consistent spacing and looks. That's a problem. So to me, one of the keys to the game was Gary Trent struggling. Another key to the game was, let's look at something a little bit more positive. I think OG Anunoby took a step forward in terms of, again, he has now put together several long periods of game where he is really, really just locked in defensively. If he keeps this up, I think that the Defensive Player of the Year award is definitely in the conversation. I was afraid to put him in the conversation about a week and a half ago just because it was a little bit early. I said then that he was like more of an all defensive guy, first all defense, not second team. And that's still like a very prestigious award, but I think that he is legitimately, like he was then, but he is now, I believe, one of the top 3 defensive players of the year thus far in the season. Stay healthy, OG, stay well, and we will need you. As a offensive weapon, he really grew and showed his consistency this game, shooting 9 of 16 for 26 points. He also improved from free throws. This team has always struggled from the charity stripe. I really was happy to see that growth in his game. I was also happy to see him get to the line 7 times. So that was stuff that was needed. Okay, Barnes. Barnes is growing. Barnes will get there. People be patient and understand. He is a point guard. He does have the elite reads. He has the mind for it, especially for the primary reads. He's really good in transition in terms of initiating and running the offense in transition. It's that half-court offense that needs work right now. So I just want people to be patient. He will get there. But again, this is why Pascal Siakam is very useful and very great on this team, because of the amount of gravity he is able to have and the amount of offense that he is able to generate and create, not just for himself, but also for others. When Fred was here and it wasn't Pascal that was in the lineup, Fred struggled because Fred can't really create for himself very well. And then as on top of that, if he tries to create for others, sometimes he takes time with the ball. And so the offensive flow of the game looks slower. It's something that I'm going to dig into the numbers for a bit. The other thing, Siakam. I looked at secondary, it's called secondary playmaking or secondary assists, kind of like a hockey assist. He's top 5 in that category. So that means that 1 assist, 2 assists away is considered a hockey assist for those of you who don't really watch hockey, which means that usually you are going to be creating enough of gravity that you're passing, and then there's going to be a swing pass and an open score. He's top 5 in that category at 1.2. Number 1 is Steph Curry. The list is a fairly unique and solid list, let's put it that way. It's pretty elite category to be in that area. The first time I started looking at it was when Gasol was here, because he would always swing the ball, point to something else, and it would lead to a score. You're seeing that with Siakam. You're also seeing Scottie quarterback plays as well. But in terms of across the NBA, Siakam was top 5 in that category. So I'm pointing this out even though Siakam didn't play today, because I'm just trying to point out how he is able to initiate offense, and also with Scottie and with the entire team being healthy, how that makes a huge difference. You see it with the 3-point shooting, you see it with the assists, you see it with the process. You see it with everything, both in terms of the numbers as well as the eye test. So get well. I think that this team just really just needs to get well, find their mojo a little bit. I do think that these growing pains are good, because right now, I mean, they're just good. There's nothing wrong with growth, even if growth is not linear or growth is challenging. Okay, final things. Delano Banton, he did a good job of slashing. I would have liked to see him play make a little bit more because we need a playmaker. I have said this. People keep saying, "Oh, Flynn and Banton and blah." I don't care who it is. Okay, we don't need. I mean, yes, we do need shooting on this team, of course, but more than that, we need someone to initiate and run plays. When Flynn is one of the only true point guards left or traditional point guards left in the game, and he's running down and just looking for his offense, it does open up things. I did like his aggressiveness, but I want to see these guys running more plays. I want to see them initiating more of the offense, because that's what we need. If they can't do it, then especially for that second unit when everyone's healthy, especially if we're going to go to that second round and potentially even try to go further, we will need to find someone who is able to do it if we don't have those options on the team right now. So those are my thoughts on the game. Obviously, happy to see Otto and Thad together again. Overall, happy to see the growth of Barnes, even if he did shoot 4 of 16 today. Does need to be better in that area, but overall, there was growth in those areas. And we saw a pretty long stint of Bo Cruz, so that was kind of cool as well. Lateral quickness for Bo Cruz was actually pretty decent. His ability to stick to guards, so maybe we'll see more of Bo Cruz in the next game. But yeah, that has been all that I can really muster in terms of thoughts for this game. It was really, again, some of these games are tough to watch, especially when they throw away the game like they did in this one. But with that being said, hope everyone is well. Enjoy probably you'll see this in the morning, so enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.